The following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. The real estate top performers have important information about today's housing market. I am joined by Adriene Pessel. She's a realtor from Century 21 New Millennium. We also have Wright of the Mortgage Link, who has a special deal for you. But before we get to that, Eastern Title and Settlement sent along a special friend of ours. Peter Rabbit is here.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Peter Rabbit. What you doing here with us this morning?
Well, they sent me out here to spread some Easter spirit before Easter comes and reminds the kids I'm getting ready to drop off some treats.
It is that time of year. Isn't that crazy? We're like, what, a week away from Easter?
A week away. You know, I'm hard at work right now making our little treat bags.
I do appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, though, Peter Rabbit.
I appreciate the invitation.
All right, Randy, I'm going to go to you because we got another special Easter treat for our viewers. What's your special deal today?
We do. Instead of a special deal today, we're going to do it for a whole week.
Oh,
So
nice.
what we're offering all of your viewers and listeners out there for the next 7 days, if they call the Mortgage Link, we're not only going to give them a free appraisal, but we're going to give them a $5,000 closing cost guarantee.
Wow.
And what that means to all your viewers out there, if they do a mortgage with the Mortgage Link, we'll guarantee that they close on time, or we'll pay up to $5,000 worth of their closing costs.
That's something right there.
And in this market, it's really important to close on time.
Yes, I can
That's
see.
a great Easter special.
That is a good Easter special.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, Adrienne, Randy just mentioned how important it is for this market, and people are nervous about this market now. What do you want to tell the viewers to kind of calm some of the nerves?
Well, the market's kind of split between two different ways. So if you're the seller, you want to get out there and sell because you're going to make a lot of money. The market's really at its peak. But if you're a buyer, they're sometimes they're a little nervous, like, oh, I'm going to overpay. Is the market going to burst? What's going to happen? But the key is you got to plan. You got to work with a lender who knows what they're doing, who gives you bonuses like this, which makes a big difference in your negotiations. And a lot of people are afraid, oh, do I have to waive appraisals, waive this? There's so many different things you can do, like do pre-inspections. You can check clue reports, all this stuff before you even buy, so you can get yourself in a position so the sellers say, hey, I want to pick you. And that's what's really important. And I guess some people worry about, oh, are we in a bubble? But if you look at the numbers, like in 2009, we had over 10,000 foreclosures. Right now we have 700. So how long does it take for that to happen? You can see up there.
Yeah, look at these numbers.
They're crazy. And even the amount of listings on the market, we had 25,000 listings in the DC area. Now we have like 3,600. I mean, it's going to take a long time for us to hit that bubble. So if you're thinking about buying, now is really the time to do it. Rates are still historically low, and you get deals like this, and I think it really just makes sense.
I feel like even no matter how much you know about real estate, like for me, I'm novice. I don't really know much about it. I would definitely need the experts like you guys. But even if you feel like you're an expert in your own right, it's still important to get that team because you are right there in there seeing what listing is coming. You're getting guarantees like this and bonuses like this that are so important. Why is it, I took the words probably out of your mouth, but to have a team that works so well together?
I can tell you what Randy has done when I work with my buyers. He reaches out and talks to the other agent and calls them ahead of time and say, hey, this person's done, we're going to close on time. And also his reputation is huge because, oh, I've worked with Randy before, and it makes a huge difference in this market.
Well, you're stealing my tip of the day.
Sorry.
Yeah, Randy, what tips do you have for anyone that is, you talk about how competitive the market is and they want to win that bid?
You mean besides call the Mortgage Link?
Besides call the Mortgage Link.
So,
that's the first step.
So I would say the tip for everybody out there is work with a local lender like the Mortgage Link. We have the benefit of having a known reputation in the area. Like Adrienne said, one of the things that we do differently is as soon as an offer is put in, we pick up the phone and we actually call the listing agent and we tell them how strong our client is financially, and we give them a commitment that we can close on time. And right now, Adrienne probably knows this better than anybody. Sometimes these negotiations are going on at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
I took a call at 11 o'clock at night from an agent that was in the middle of a negotiation, and they needed a pre-approval letter that needed to go up an escalation by $15,000. I was able to turn it around, get it to them. The client won the bid, and that's what it's taken to get a deal here. And you can't get that from any of the big online lenders or even some of the regional banks.
You got to talk to somebody. Like, you got to be right. And I was going to ask too, what has this been like? I mean, I'm sure it's exciting because there's so much going on, but
It's frustrating for a lot of people too.
I bet.
But you know, one of the things that I think is really important is for buyers is to not get stressed out about it.
Right.
If you prioritize and you work with an agent that kind of gets you out there and figure out what's important, you start looking at the areas. So when you know where you want to buy and what you want to spend, it's not so much of a stress because now you're saying, okay, this is my market, and you can do some of these pre-contract inspections and check reports and do all that stuff. And then if you're going to be overbidding and paying a little bit more for the house, it makes sense because you're also working with interest rates that are so low, like on that chart that was up there earlier. I mean, the difference between a 6% interest rate and a 4.5%, you're saving a whole lot of money depending on the price of your house. It could be $600-700 a month.
Wow.
So why not buy now and not wait for interest rates to go up?
Peter Rabbit.
You know,
What's
right now it's Easter time. Everybody should be using the Eastern title and promoting us during
Easter
Easter.
title.
That's why Peter Rabbit's here. Eastern Title is the best title company around. We close anywhere, anytime, and we even give gifts at closing, handmade by me and my staff.
Can I have one?
I know, right? Let's pass these out here, Peter Rabbit. Ooh, there's some good ones in
Oh, I
here.
want the
Oh
other
yeah,
one. I want that
these
one.
are great. And you'll get one of those at closing with Eastern Title and Settlement.
Peter, Josh, it's great to have you in here. Thank you both so much for being here. We
Thank you
appreciate
for having
it.
us.
The special deal is on your screen. Call now to take advantage of this amazing offer, 833-MTG-LINK, or visit themtglink.com. Also, be sure to follow the Real Estate Top Performers on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home.